What's up, coffee campers? I'm Jason and you're watching All Terrain Coffee and Camping. I've recently started planning for some cold weather trips, and while I've been doing that, I got thinking about last season when I went out during the cold weather, some of the challenges I ran into. And one of the big challenges, one of my trips, it got down to 18 degrees Fahrenheit, right? So that's below freezing. Water was freezing over, was icing over. Coffee was going cold faster than what I could drink it using my regular GSI Infinity mug, which I love that mug, but it's just not equipped to handle really cold weather. So I was like, I want to find some solutions for this, and decided, why don't I just do a whole series about it? So welcome to what I'm going to call my Cold Camp Coffee series, right? So keep an eye on the playlist. I'll be updating it as I find more solutions. And today I want to talk about a particular product I found called the Cuppamoka by Wacaco. Anyway, this is a stainless steel pour over device that comes with pretty much everything that you need to make a good cup of coffee. And as you can see, it all nests in together. And this just screws right in. So the items that comes with it, it comes with the actual pour over device. It comes with a lid, and it also comes with this cool little tray that you can set the pour over device on top of when you're done, before you get a chance to go clean up, which I think this is really cool when you're out and about backpacking, camping, and you might be brewing this on the ground. So this way it'll prevent getting dirt on this piece. Even though you're going to clean it off, it's just that thing, right? It's one more thing to kind of help keep things a little bit more sanitary. And it comes with this lid that screws in and gets a really nice tight seal. The way I'm holding this makes it look complicated. I promise it's not. And it fits right over. I don't know the weight right offhand. I'll put it in the description, but this is not that very heavy. A lot of times when you're doing cold weather camping, you're expecting to add on some weight, right? You're going to have heavier clothes. So why not add a little extra weight so you can enjoy your coffee? And the whole point I went with this is because it's really not a lot more weight. And also the fact that it nests in with each other makes it even a little bit more space saving, right? You're going to have some sort of mug. You're going to have some sort of device. So let's get into how to use this. So when it's all screwed together, all you do is a simple twist and you'll see this raises up. Right, now you're going to take your paper filter, and this comes with about 10 paper filters, and it also comes with a little scoop. Let me pull out a paper filter. So these are the paper filters that they make specifically for it. The ones that it comes with actually come, let's see, I think I might, yep, I've got it right here. So this is one thing I wasn't quite as impressed with, but I get it, packaging and whatnot. They do come inside the actual mug, so they're all rounded like this. Now this particular one did not come from this pack, because I went on and bought a 2-pack box of these just to check out. I mean, for me, I can never have enough paper filters, and I'll be honest with you, I've really been enjoying these paper filters. So let's just go and take this. I'm going to fold it over once right here along the seam. And this is mainly to help you get everything, to keep it stable and in place. If you've watched me before, I believe I've talked about this before. When I'm doing paper filters, I like to come and do like this, and then I'll just kind of, I don't make a crease, but I'll just kind of do like this to help it go into a little bit more of a cone shape. All right, we're just going to put it right on top there. And then for today's featured coffee is actually something very special, right? And I'll be doing a little video on this, little review on this soon. But this is by Mick Fire Starters, and they actually made a smoked coffee. Yes, that's right. These are smoked coffee beans. I'll go into more details in the review video I do on it. They're special. I promise you that. They are special. All right. And just like any pour over device, you put your filter on and you just pour your coffee grounds right into it. Now what I always like to do is I like to get my coffee grounds level in the pour over device. Makes it a little bit easier to get that even pour going on. I'm also trying the pour a little bit different today because I went on and pre-boiled the water, and I've got it in my hydro flask trail edition here. So let's see if I can get this pour going really nice. So just like any pour over, you want to start in the middle as best as you can and work your way out. And I pour in just a little bit at a time. As it starts going down, I just start the process over again. You know, and this is also the joys of doing this out and about in the wild. You might not always have some type of table, picnic table, or flat spot to work on. And I'm just using the one little railing of this bridge that really isn't all that great, just to give me some support. Now as you're doing this, and you won't be able to see it on the video, but I can get an idea through, there's holes going around it. I can actually see down in that hole to get an idea where my level of coffee is. So it'll give me a little bit of a judge where, because I didn't measure with this was just full. So this lets me get a good idea of how much coffee I have in it. Some pour over devices offer that, a lot of them don't. A lot of times you can't really see good into the cup depending on the device. I've got a couple that are pretty good about it. Now most of the time when I'm backpacking or camping, I'm going to be using, you know, like my toques or my jet bowl. I've got water level gauges there. This is really a non-issue 99% of the time. Right. See if I can, yeah, it doesn't want to stay flat anymore. All right, and this is finishing off here. Now, one trick with just pour overs in general is a lot of times you don't want to let this thing wait till like the very last drop, because the honest truth is in most pour overs, the very last drops, that can add some more bitterness to it, or maybe even a little extra acidity. So it's not necessarily wise to sit there and wait till this thing just stops dripping. So I'm just going to go in and take this off now. Now the cool thing is you can either go in and take this filter out and dispose of it, pack it away, however you're doing it, or you can just screw this off. And like I mentioned before, you got that little tray you just sit this on top of, which I've got over here to the side where you can't see it. And voila, I've got me a nice little cup of coffee. Now in my testing, sorry folks, digging through this bag trying to find my lid. So in my testing that I've done with this, Several times I've actually brewed the cup of coffee at the house, put this lid on it, and I actually just let one full cup sit, and I let it sit for an entire work shift. Now don't worry, I was still drinking, I was still caffeinated, just drinking something else, because I wanted to see how well does this keep, how hot does it keep, or warm does it keep. After a full work shift for me, which that particular day was pushing 10 hours, which is not unusual, after a 10-hour shift, this was still hot. As in, still take slow sips, it's really hot. If you just took a gulp, you're going to burn yourself. That was impressive. Now, this was in a temperature controlled environment, right? But I don't see it, the cold being so bad that it means that you're only going to have 2 minutes of hot coffee. I still believe that this is going to keep it cold very well. If I find out differently as I start using this in the cold weather, I will update you all on that. It makes a delicious cup of coffee. It's just like any other pour over. If you use a pour over, if you like pour over coffees, this is going to work for you. It does do great. I will recommend, if you don't use their filters, make sure you use the filters that are similar with the pointed end and not the flat bottom. And that's because this has that one single hole at the bottom, and it's more the ones that are the point cone just work much better. You don't have to use theirs, you can use any cone. I just recommend you getting something that's got the point to it for anything that just has a single hole at the bottom. So there we go. My thoughts on this: the cleanup, it's stupid simple, right? Literally, you're just going to rinse that off. You're going to take your coffee, you're going to pack it away in whatever you brought to pack it away with. However you have to dispose it, you dispose of it. You just rinse that piece off, you rinse your cup off, and you're good to go. This thing keeps the coffee hot. It'll keep this cup of coffee hot for a while. Now, I did some testing with water to kind of see, does it leak? And that's going to be the next thing. Let me slide my bag over here just in case. So I'm going to start out with just a tilt. So if you see here, there is a slight leak, right? Which is expected. I mean, you see that a lot with a lot of different these types of lids. And I wanted to show you that, not as a negative towards this, just so you'll know, you still got to be careful with it, right? Now, I've not had a problem with this leaking at all as I drink it. Let me wipe this off here. And you'll see there's no leakage here. It did not come out. It took a nice little pour and a little hold with no coffee actually coming out, and this thing sealed in order for it to escape a little bit. So just be warned, it can leak. So you don't want to fill this up, pop this on, throw it in your bag, right? As long as it's upright, it's going to be fine. So if you've got like a bottle holder, test it your own. You know, if you got a bottle holder on your strap, you want to be able to take this with you and have your hands free some, do some testing, right? Just fill it up with cold water first, take it out, pop it in there, and just go for a hike. See how it goes, right? I don't want anybody burning themselves, so make sure to test it. Me personally, I think this thing is awesome. Now, let's go over the quick questions. Where would I use this? When would I use this? Now, number one, I've been enjoying using this at home. What about camping? Definitely for camping. It's so easy and simple to use. It's great for camping. Well, what about backpacking? You know what? I would use this for backpacking. The fact that you can kind of get all the size down into one spot, and there's actually room in here, depending on how you pack your coffee, you could take your coffee and store it in here as well. Now, you don't want to store it loose. You know, I recommend some like little Mylar bags or a Ziploc bag, however you want to do it, but you could actually store that in here as well. So you could pack your coffee away in your mug to take with you. The weight's not that bad at all. Like I said, I'll put the information down in the description. But yes, I would take this backpacking, especially in cold weather, and especially when I want to be able to have hot coffee the entire time. I think this is an excellent choice. So this, again, the Wacaco Wacaco Cuppamoka. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being awesome. And I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.